Hello, thanks for joining me. If you don't know, I am April Winchester. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. And really, I just love making cards and sending them. And it's just something that I started to do probably like 7 years ago or so, and I just haven't stopped. And I joined Stampin' Up! Because Stampin' Up! Is the products that I tend to use the most. I've used other products, and Stampin' Up! Just is what I always come back to. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna make this card. Normally I don't really show my card at the beginning, but I'm being different. There's lots of different products involved in this. So let's just go ahead and get started. I have a half sheet of Calypso Coral, in which I'm going to fold in half. If I can. Having a morning. I'm absolutely freezing, so I have my nice warm robe on. All right, so I folded that in half. The next piece that I have is a Daffodil Delight panel. All the dimensions for the card will be in the description below or on my blog, which the link to that will also be in the description below. So if you need to know that stuff, please check. So I have a panel of Daffodil Delight, and then you can see that it's embossed. And this is embossed with the Painted Texture embossing folder, and I believe that this is found in the mini catalog that runs from January to June. So I'm going to go ahead and just adhere this right to my card base. I went a little bit over here. And just give it a little bit, try to make sure we got an even border all the way around. And I really like this embossing folder. It really does look like kind of like paint has been layered up. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is I've got some basic black and this piece of True Love DSP. And the black is just a mat to go around the back, to go on the back. I'm gonna adhere these. Then I have a strip of Calypso Coral and another piece of black. This piece of black is not going to border all the way around like this one did. This one is going to only border on the long sides. So I'm going to line this right up with the edge. And I'm going to actually trim that real quick. It's not over a ton, but a little bit, and I rather it be a little more flush. All right, so there's that piece. And then I have another piece of black and another piece of Daffodil Delight. I'm going to go ahead and adhere the Daffodil Delight onto the black mat. And then the True Love DSP, it's all black and white. And what I did is I took this piece of DSP that has the flowers, and I used my Stampin' Blends, and I colored some of the flowers in. And here's some of the other flowers. So for this project, I'm going to use one single flower, and I'm going to pop it up right here on this square panel. So go ahead and add some dimensionals. I'm nearing the end of this sheet of dimensionals, so I'm using all the edge pieces. I don't like to waste if I can help it. And I want to use a small piece here, if I can actually have it on my finger, and a smaller piece over here as well. I don't usually put this many dimensionals on, but this is this is DSP and not cardstock, so it's not as thick. And I want to make sure that it really stays up and doesn't collapse. I'm going to go ahead and take these backings off. Bump. And man, I am slow today. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and place this on a little panel. And now I'm going to adhere all these little pieces to the card. So the first one I'm going to do is this big rectangle. And because it's going onto a embossed textured piece, I'm going to put a little bit of extra seal on there. So I'm going to just kind of put it over toward the edge with very little yellow showing. You could butt it all the way up. I did on my first card, I believe. Yes, I did. But I'm going to leave a little bit of space because I actually changed the dimensions of it after I made the first one. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is this strip. Again, I changed the dimensions a little bit. This strip is a little bit thinner, but I decided to do one that was a little bit thicker for this one. And you can actually, you know, make the dimensions whatever you want. This is just what I had decided to do. And it should go edge to edge of the yellow, that daffodil delight in the background there. And then the last one is this piece, and that's just gonna go right about here. And whoops, kind of went a little bit off. And then I want my flower to face this direction. You can put it in whatever direction you want, but I want it to be like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and decide back where I want it and kind of line it up. Try to make it as straight as possible and adhere that down. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these cool little element pieces, if I can find them here. These are from the Taste, I think it's called Tasteful Touches Suite. Something like that. The information will be below. But it comes with some like leaves and branches, and then it comes with these tiny little pieces, and they're like wood chip, and I'm going to use 3 of these, and this one actually just broke completely in half, so I won't be using that one. That happens sometimes because it's very delicate wood chip. All right, I'm going to use those, and I'm also going to use some pre-made sentiments. Now, I used the Many Messages stamp set. Just seeing if I can find it. Yes, here it is. The Many Messages stamp set. This is actually one large stamp. And you stamp it down and you get all these messages. And then it also has a die, and it will die cut every message out of here. So I did that already. And I put my pieces into this little box. So I'm just going to find out which sentiment I want on here. Now on this one, I put wishing you a year of magical moments and wonderful memories, and inside I put happy anniversary. This time I think I'm going to make this one a birthday card. And I'm just going to look real quick for my, so I could do this little happy birthday right here, or I could do this, hooray, it's your birthday. I think I'm going to do hooray, it's your birthday. And so I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. You can see that I had actually tried to do the many messages stamp before, and it didn't really stamp very well, so I decided to try it again. And I just used the other side because I don't like to waste paper, and nobody's gonna see this side. If you are uncomfortable with having something on the back side, you can just use a new piece of cardstock. I just don't like to waste it if I can help it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my little sentiment right here, and then I'm going to use some glue dots for my little element pieces here. And the glue dots are just a teeny bit bigger than these pieces, but not so much that you can really notice unless you don't line them up very straight. But if they're hanging out too much, you can just take your pick tool and put it back in. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm gonna go ahead and place this here, and then I'm just going to kind of use the end of my take your pick tool and move that glue dot underneath, because it's kind of showing right now, and it might show a little bit. I'm not really worried about it. Someone's probably not looking at it super close to notice that. You could fold your glue dot in half before you put it on, if that is what you want to do. And there, and then one more piece. Right there. And that is my card. On this one, I think I used crushed curry, and I decided it was a little too dark. I wanted something slightly brighter, so I used the Daffodil Delight. And to color this, I used Calypso Coral, light and dark, and Daffodil Delight, light and dark, and Old Olive, light and dark. I didn't want to color on this video because I think that it kind of takes me a long time. But if you're interested in seeing some coloring, I would be happy to do that. Just pop me a message or make a comment down below and let me know. And I'm going to leave the inside of this blank for now, but I might stamp something in here later, or even put a panel in here and then stamp something. But for now, that is the card. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like this video and share. I would really appreciate it. And if you are interested in any of these products, you can check out my online store. The link for that is down in the description below. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a good day.